Lord. God bless you real good.
A lot of people say that to me. I didn't realize it was that popular. I was just saying goodbye and saying, may the Lord God bless you real good. Then the next thing I know, everybody's like, say it. Go ahead, say it.
I say it to everybody that's needs it.
Yeah, they need it.
For at least 20 years.
That's funny. Yeah,
Most of my life I've been saying that.
Because of you.
Passed it that inmates can vote.
Restoration. Just impacted individuals can vote. The reason we're here is because
on supervision, not in custody.
Not in custody.
Not in this state. In some states.
Okay.
So weren't
they trying to pass that they could?
They did.
On parole and probation, they just passed that.
Okay.
So it's a law now.
Okay.
So you can. So what the problem is individuals are attacking the law, saying it's unconstitutional. Is the problem.
So. Oh, okay. So it's not. It's just some plain old people that don't want the inmates or past people to vote that are doing it, or is it kind of like some of the politicians?
It's politicians, specifically the Minnesota Voting Alliance, has attacked it, and the judge has been so favorable. He's been favorable to that of not allowing individuals to vote because a judge in Mille Lacs Lakes County, you can't talk when I'm talking. Mille Lacs Lakes County, he sentenced individuals to probation, and on their order, he said they could not vote. So you can see individuals are pushing back against this, and the reason we're here, and the reason why this march is so important, is because whether or not
you're tuned to FM 89.9 KMOJ, the People Station. That's the Canton Spirituals from the CD Walk by Faith. That is Drug Me. My mother drugged me to church, drugged me on out of crime and all that stuff. Now, we have some individuals in the studio from JIIVE. Now, I know you're probably saying, what is JIIVE? J-I-V-E. And what is JIIVE? That is Justice Impacting Individuals Voting Effectively. And I have a couple of individuals in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother.
Hello, my name is Maurice
Hold
L.
on, I'm sorry. Hold on. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Maurice L Ward. I'm the founder of JIIVE. JIIVE is Justice Impacted Individuals Voting Effectively. And I'm here with my trustee and board member,
Aaron Santos, good morning.
Good morning. Come on, Aaron. Talk a little bit further into the microphone. I'll get it right for you. Go ahead.
Oh, good morning. Yes, my name is Aaron Santos. I am the trustee and board member for JIIVE.
Now coming up, this is an important event. It is a march that you're going to be doing. Tell us a little bit about the march.
Yes, sir. We'll be doing a march November the 4th at the state capitol. We'll be starting at the Vietnam Memorial, and that's at the top of the block. And the block that runs straight to the Capitol stairs. We'll be slowly in solidarity marching up to those stairs, where we would have guest speakers come and speak. The reason for this march is to bring acknowledgement to the fact that individuals currently incarcerated do not have civil rights. Is to bring acknowledgement to the fact that individuals currently incarcerated do not have civil rights. And this has been expressed in it is expressly expressed in the Minnesota Constitution. It says that individuals under supervision and parole do not have, or under the custody of the supervision of the corrections do not have civil rights. And we think in this day and age, it's very important for us to understand that there's individuals walking around with not the same rights that you have.
I thought the bill was passed that they were able to vote.
Correct.
We're talking about passed.
Just the bill was passed, and individuals who are on parole and probation can vote. But what has happened is in Anoka County, the Minnesota Voting Alliance has filed a complaint against that law, saying that it's unconstitutional to allow individuals who do not have civil rights to vote. Keith Ellison and Darius have intervened
Okay.
on this complaint,
Mm-hmm.
for the Secretary of State, saying, arguing against the fact the governor signed it, things like that. But it is a law, but they're combating it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know, do a lot of people realize, like regular common people around, do they realize that this is going on? That they are, combating it?
I think individuals realize it, but they feel as though it doesn't have merit. And my position is whether it does or does not have merit, the fact still lies that you're saying individuals incarcerated do not have civil rights.
Okay.
You got to understand what civil rights mean. They mean it's not just voting. It means that they can drink brown water. It means that they can be in cells 120 degrees. It means that they can put them in solitary confinement without a phone call because you do not have the same rights I have.
Okay. All right. So now this march is going to take place next Saturday, November 4th, and it's starting at 3 p.m. and it's going to be at the Vietnam Veterans
A memorial, that's where we're going to start at. And we're
Okay.
going to march up to those stairs. We're going to stop traffic on that block.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to march up those stairs. And we're going to let these individuals know that we won't sit here and allow them to remove civil rights for individuals just because they're incarcerated.
Okay. Now, who are your speakers? You have speakers that's going to be also speaking, right?
Yes, we have the beautiful Sharon E. Brooks, Piece of Hope. She's going to show up and show out. We have
Okay.
Cedric Frazier, the House Rep, District 43A. He's going to show up and he's going to speak. In fact, he's one of the individuals who spoke on that case where Judge Quinn made that order. So we definitely need to have him there, and he will be there. Marvina Haynes from Minnesota, wrongly convicted. Marcel from Stride Staffing is going to be there speaking. And our brother Jarmel Perry he's doing all the audio video from us. He's doing our support. He's definitely a man that's going to make it happen for us on Saturday, the
Okay.
4th, at 3 to 7. We're going to have food afterwards.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we need people to come on out there and vote. Now, tell us a little bit about JIIVE. Now, if they wanted to have you come speak at their church or another event, how would they get in contact with you?
My website is www.jiive, that's JIIVE with 2 I's, JIIVE.org. Or you can call me, 612-358-2277. Now, you ask, what is JIIVE?
Wait, hold on. I need you to give that information one more time because I want people, they don't write as fast. So give them that
Yes, sir.
information
Yes,
one more
sir.
time.
Yes,
Give
sir.
them that phone number. And
The email, the website is JIIVE with 2 I's, JIIVE.org. And our telephone number is 612-358-2277.
Okay. Now, before we get there, because you said, because we're saying you can go out to speak at different churches because some of you brothers have been incarcerated, so you know how that feels.
Yes, sir.
And you know how it is to be, not have your civil rights and to be put into these different situations, and
Yes.
nobody is able to find out. Because I just seen it on the news where, they were talking about the water is brown and there were some other complaints. But a lot of people say individuals like me don't know that it's really going on because that information is not out there. So you brothers have been incarcerated, have been there before?
Yes, sir. In fact, the dynamic of our organization is that although the term justice impacted does not specifically mean an individual incarcerated, it doesn't mean an age, does not mean a race, doesn't mean anything other than a person being victimized by the system, in which we all can come together on that. Justice impacted the individuals, we're the first pack in the nation in history to be formed by justice impacted individuals. You gotta understand how important that is.
Okay. So what made we're gonna let the brother talk a little bit. You ain't saying nothing,
Sure,
just sitting there looking cute. Come on. You need to come on and talk. Because you are the trustee.
Correct.
So what made you kind of feel that you need to start this particular JIIVE?
Well, I know that I was brought on board, so the idea was introduced to me. So it's actually his intellectual property, his brainchild. And then when we discussed it, it sounded like a great opportunity for me to help people get to a place that I achieved. right? So starting where I started, I have a similar background to a lot of people that are adversely impacted by the justice system.
Okay.
And being able to achieve certain things, I feel like that it's my responsibility to try and help somebody else now do it too.
Okay.
So I have younger brothers that I try to help, and I couldn't. So I've always felt like I failed showing somebody how to get back to a position like reentry, restoration, get back to where you were before you're.
Okay, so does JIIVE also help? I know you were talking about this, but do you also help people that have been incarcerated to, go forward
Yes, sir. Very
and
much
not
so.
go back in the system?
Yeah, very much so. We are a social welfare organization. We're a 503c4, different than a 503c, because that means that we're a social welfare organization. What does that mean to individuals coming back into society? It means that not only are we going to register and educate you about voting, we're going to help you with community development. We're going to also help with health and wellness. Why is this important? Because the reentry issue, they said that has failed. It's failed because the wrong people have been at the table trying to solve the problem. The people that need to be at the table are people like my trustee, my good friend, Aaron, the gentleman in this room, people who've been incarcerated, who have been successful, and those are people that need to be in the room. So what does JIIVE do? JIIVE is, again, justice impacted individuals voting effectively, but we're trying to change how reentry looks by changing what an individual returning to the community sees himself or herself or theirself as. Why is that important? Because if you walk out your door today, you see a piece of paper on the ground, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna pick it up because that's your community. It's your house. It's your community. What we need is individuals not coming back renting, not coming back getting minimum wage. We need livable wages. We need to understand what home ownership looks like. That in turn reduces recidivism because nobody's going back when they are a part of the community and they are a trusted mother, father, son, brother in the community. So that's what we're trying to instill through JIIVE.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. We're going to play a song and we'll come back to you two brothers to find out if there's something else and say goodbye and give them that number again. And we want people to come on out there to the march that is on Saturday, November 4th at 3 p.m. It's starting at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and that is located at 108 Aurora Avenue in St. Paul. And they're going to march to the Capitol
Stairs. Yes,
so
sir.
we want you to come on out. But we're going to talk to these brothers and just coming back to these brothers in just a minute. Right now, here's Deidre Haddon with Back to Life on KMOJ.
I mean, how you feel? Weigh in. You know what I'm saying? How you feel? Come down there and march. How you feel? Because I know a lot of you sitting up here denying those telephone calls coming in, but y'all got people locked up. And y'all can't figure out why they drinking brown water. Why they in these cells that look like closets. Why they got their toilet right next to their beds. Why? Because you really don't have to do what you can charge the hell out of them. They charge them cost of confinement, but they live in a closet, or basically a bathroom, which is where they live at.
FM 89.9 KMOJ, the People Station. And I have the brothers from JIIVE, Justice Impacting Individuals Voting Effectively, in the studio with me this morning. And they are talking about a march that is coming up. That is on Saturday. Tell them about that march for me, brother.
November the 4th, I need you to be out there. I need you to show up. If you got any questions, 612-358-2277. It's going to be at the Capitol. We're going to start at the Vietnam Veterans Memorials. We're going to walk up to the Capitol stairs. We've got some great, phenomenal speakers. And we're going to let these people know that civil rights means something.
All right. And also, you want to let people know that this is not just about the voting. JIIVE is not just about voting. It's about other things and helping people.
Yeah, well, I wanted to just place emphasis on the fact that JIIVE isn't exclusively people that have faced convictions. It's also people that have just been adversely impacted by the justice system. For example, what I mean is that there is a case people may or may not be familiar with. It's Castle Rock versus Gonzalez. Just briefly, the Castle Rock versus Gonzalez has to do with a married couple where an OFP was put in place. While the mother was at work, the father basically went and kidnapped the children because there was supposed to be a process of how he got his visitation. So he didn't go through the process, got the children, and basically texted her and said, I'm going to take the kids for the day. We're just going to go have fun at an amusement park. He jumped food rides. Well, she immediately called the police and said there's an OFP in order and a process for his visitation. He's broken the OFP. I need you to go get my children. The police in Castle Rock told her, don't worry about it, he'll bring the children back, and they failed to enforce the OFP. Well, eventually what happened is he ended up murdering his children, then drove back to her home, and in her driveway committed suicide. So now she brought a case against Castle Rock saying that you didn't enforce the OFP, and now my children are dead. So this went up to the Supreme Court in Colorado, and Colorado determined that law enforcement is discretionary, and police are not obligated to enforce orders of protections. So I would say that she is a justice-impacted individual. Something flawed, something failed. Now, I don't know if it's a design flaw or a design feature that police aren't obligated to enforce laws. However, I would say that she is also a justice-impacted individual. So the scope of people that are justice impacted or adversely is much broader than those who have just been convicted. So again, learn how to leverage your vote. Voting is important. It's the only way they're going to listen to you. I know that for years, a lot of us have been told that our vote doesn't count.
Yes.
That can't be the case, right? So if you try and just let's put information head to head, right? So if it's conflicting information, then if it's incongruent, if it doesn't match, then one of them can't be true. So either it's true that your vote doesn't count or your vote does count. Now let's look at why I think that your vote counts. So one, they deliberately targeted upon a conviction. They go, why is it? Why would somebody deliberately set out to make sure they take away your right to vote? That's one thing. So if it's not important or if it doesn't count, why would they target it? It's not worth the energy. Second, some of the strategies they use to make it difficult for people to vote. They move voting locations last minute. They make it a logistical nightmare for people to get there. Why would they do that? Why are they moving your locations and making it hard for you to get there? If your vote doesn't count, it doesn't make sense. It's a lot of effort being put in. They understaff these places so that the lines are long. They're incredibly long. They're down the block, around the corner. People will sit there all day waiting to vote. Again, so why would they deliberately understaff these to try and deter people from casting their vote? It's because it has to matter. So they're telling you over and over again for years that your vote doesn't matter, and that's just not true. It's actually the only way for you you have to get involved civically if you really want to impact change. So the best way to make change is from the inside. If you can't get inside, if you can influence who is inside representing you, that is the next best thing.
That's right. Okay, now give them your phone number information again if you want to go out and speak or talk to individuals, or you got some young folks that need some help. You're willing to try to get out there and help them. So give them the number and your email again, brother. 612
is the 358-2277 is the number. The website is JIIVE, 2 I's, JIIVE.org, and JIIVE, just like my Aaron was, I'm echoing the same thing. It's not an age, it's not a race. It's not anything. JIIVE is just impacted individuals. And on November the 4th, I need you guys to come out. I need you guys to show out. I need you to understand that these gentlemen and women and locked up need our voice, and we need to let these individuals know we're not going to lay down while they do whatever they want to do to these individuals and act like they don't know what's going on.
All right, I want to thank you, Mo and Aaron, for stopping in here, giving us this information on the march that is coming up
November the 4th.
November the 4th. That is Saturday at 3
Capitol, yes.
At 3 p.m.
Yes,
over
sir.
at the Veterans
Memorial. That's where we're going to start. We're going to march right up that block. We're going to stop traffic and make these people listen to us.
All right, so thank you for stopping by and giving us that information. You're tuned to FM 89.9 KMOJ, the People Station.
Thank you.